I'd get on here and just do another whisper ramble for you. Just because I have a few things to talk about. My life is pretty boring, as a lot of you may know, so when I get enough stuff to talk about, I'll do a whisper ramble. So today is Thanksgiving, and we had our get-together today at my house because my house is more open. It's bigger and more open than the rest of my family, so it just makes a better gathering place than the other houses. And my stipulation is, okay, so if we're having it at my house, I'm only going to cook one small thing, and the rest of you can cook the stuff and bring it, because we're having it at my house. I have to make sure it's clean and everything, so I get out of that pretty easy. The only thing I made this year was deviled eggs, so and of course I had my son helping me with my 4-year-old, so he's seen me like fry eggs, and he wants to help crack them and put them in the skillet. But I told him, I was like, no, we gotta boil them. We gotta boil them this time, so we boiled them. So I'd do that, and then when it came time to peel them, I was like, you want to help me with that? And he was like, yeah. So needless to say, the deviled eggs were not that pretty. They had chunks of the whites missing. But whatever, my son helped me with it, so that made it more special than just me doing it. I hope everybody's having, everybody that celebrates Thanksgiving, I hope everybody's having a safe and happy Thanksgiving, seeing their family and their friends. It's funny how these really important get-togethers seem to be more centered around when it gets wintertime, like Thanksgiving and Christmas. And honestly, I think that's a good thing, because a lot of people have, seasonal depression, but it also affects those that have that more so too, if they've lost loved ones over time. But Thanksgiving for me has always been a good time, even as I've lost loved ones over the years. I've lost, my grandparents. I've lost an aunt. I've lost an uncle. Like, it becomes less and less of certain people that are there, but also new people, like children, are there to continue it on. And it is a nice thing, or at least for me, and I hope if any of you are enjoying Thanksgiving that you are really enjoying it with your family and being thankful that you can sit and eat till you're completely stuffed and be okay, and the next day you're gonna be okay, and everything's good in your life. I mean, that's a really big thing that all of us take for granted, that our lives day to day are mundane and they are very predictable. Lots of people's are not, but a lot of us here in the U.S., they're predictable, they're boring, but it is, to me, a blessing, a feeling of being lucky. I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. I'm extremely lucky, guys. Like, I mean, not that I've done stuff to make me unlucky. Like, I'm lucky. Like, I've got a good life. I've had a good life. Yeah, I had bad stuff happening to me as a kid and growing up in high school and stuff. It was kind of hard, but it wasn't hard like it is for some people somewhere else, you know. And I've got my health and I've got my child, and just everything about that makes me feel like I'm lucky. I'm really, really lucky. And I have you guys. I have people that actually listen to me talk about whatever, you know, and that's really nice. Because my family doesn't. I'm joking. I mean, they listen to me, but you guys know what I mean. I feel like the conversations I have with my family are just like during a get together, just kind of like they're really shallow, which is okay. But if I try to have a conversation like this, like with you guys, it's like, I don't know, not many of them would last very long in my family. It's okay. That's okay. So, in my last Whisper Ramble, I think I told you guys, like, about funny things that my son had done. And if you guys don't know, he's 4. For the past, like, couple of years, when I would try to get him excited about Santa, and I'd be like, you know, Santa's gonna bring you presents at Christmas, he kind of, like, it's like he didn't put 2 and 2 together. Like, it's like, okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but whatever. I mean, he was glad to get the presents, but the whole concept of Santa and him magically coming to visit you overnight, I don't know, it just didn't register with him. Well, this year he is all about Santa. I don't know if somebody at his daycare has got him hopped up about it. I know his dad hasn't, because I asked him and he's like, no, I haven't really, you know, been telling him a lot about it. But he is so excited about Santa coming for Christmas, and it's really like a magical thing, because there's this magical thing that you remember from childhood, that you remember believing in, that was so amazing, and now it's back with your child, and you see it in their eyes. You see how amazing it is. When I was growing up, my dad, I think I was the baby of the family, and I guess because I was the last one that was really gonna get excited about Santa Claus, the other ones were all my siblings are a good bit older than me, and I guess because of that, he was really gonna try to keep that as long as he could in my mind, like this magical thought of Santa. I can't remember how old I was before I finally found out Santa wasn't real, but he would do his best to keep that going for me. One Christmas, it had snowed, and if you live in Mississippi, it doesn't snow that often, but it had snowed a couple days before, like a light snow, and it was still there because it was still freezing. And he went outside and he had made sleigh tracks out in the snow so that I could see them, you know, and he had me come look at them the Christmas morning, there's where Santa stopped at, you know, he really wanted it to be magical for me as long as he could, because it is really an amazing thing. And growing up, he was in a very religious family, and they celebrated Christmas, but there wasn't that magical thing of Santa Claus. That wasn't there, and he really enjoyed letting me see that, you know. So anyway, Charlie, my little boy, he's all about Santa Claus now for whatever reason, and he'll ask me every day because he has no concept of time. Is today Santa? Is he coming today? And I was like, no, Charlie, it's gonna be a long while. And we put up our Christmas tree the other day. I normally put my Christmas tree up was so interested in Santa that I was like, okay, we'll go ahead and put the tree up. Well, all that did was make him think, okay, now he's coming, now he's going to be here tonight. But obviously not. But he, like every day, he's like, Santa Claus. And I'm like, yeah, he's coming. Not yet, but he's coming. But the other night, he randomly noticed the fireplace. And at our old house, we didn't have a fireplace. But again, he wasn't really into Santa. But he just randomly noticed the fireplace and was like, oh, that's where he's coming from. So every night since then, he'll go up to the fireplace and we don't use the fireplace, by the way. He'll stick his head up in there and just looking for Santa. And he'll say, Santa, where are you? Santa, where are you? It's so cute. And then I have to reassure him, like, it's okay, he's not here. He will be here soon. But last night, I sat down. I had a really long day at work, and I was sitting down, and he had already eaten and everything, and I was trying to relax. I was looking at something on my phone, and he, of course, went and stuck his head up in the fireplace like he's been doing, and asked Santa, where are you? And then he looked at me and he said, Mama, come here. And I was like, Charlie, I'm resting, I'm relaxing, let me just sit here a minute. He's like, no, Mama, come here. And he came and got my hand. And so I got up and went. I was like, what is it? And he's like, look. So I bent down and I stuck my head up, looking up in the chimney, like looking for Santa. And I'm like, I don't see him, Charlie. And he was like, he's stuck. And I just looked at him like, he's stuck? He said, yeah, he's stuck. And I said, oh, is that why you think he's not here yet? Because he's stuck in the chimney. Okay. Yeah, he's stuck. Don't worry, he's fine. He's just stuck. He'll come out at Christmas. Forget the fact that he's visiting all these other millions of kids. He's just stuck right now in our chimney. It's so sweet, though. He's so sweet. The things he comes up with, it really makes you feel like a child yourself when you listen to a child with their ideas and what they come up with. It's really sweet. You never know what kids are going to say, I guess. But it is so cute. So the next thing I guess I'm going to talk about is, because I don't have much to talk about, movies. A movie I've seen recently. I saw The Death of Stalin. I think it came out in 2018, maybe 2017. I haven't seen it. It was free on Tubi, so I thought, I'm gonna watch it. And guys, it is so funny. Like, what's happening, what it's based on is not funny. Obviously, it's related to Stalin and Russia in 1953 and everything. That's not funny, but the way they portray what's happening with his council that's directly underneath him right after he dies, because he dies suddenly, is just hilarious. And it's got Steve Buscemi, and I cannot think of any of the other actors. There's only two actors that are like American actors, Steve Buscemi and Timothy, I can't think of his last name. Anyway, you guys can look it up. The rest are British actors, and all of them do such a good job of you should be paranoid around Stalin. He was killing everybody left and right. But they're all paranoid about who's going to take power after him. And it just makes for a really good satirical comedy. And it's really, really funny. I wish the Zherkov, the military leader of the Russian army, I wish he had been in there more. He is hilarious in it. He was in there a good bit, but I wish he was in there more. The rest of them are hilarious too. Just I don't know, the way they're trying to bide for power, and kind of hide it from each other, and trying to do it in a particular way within the first, week of Stalin dying is completely hilarious. It is completely hilarious. I had sent that link of the trailer to my brother. My brother is, he watches a lot of movies. He's like 8 years older than me, not that that matters, and I said, you need to watch this movie. He commented back and said, I've already seen it. Yeah, it's really good. Because it is crazy. Like, it starts out kind of slow, but then you get into it, and it's just this attention comedy kind of thing, and it is so funny. It is so funny. I would recommend that movie. Of course, it has violence in it. I think it has drinking, but it has a lot of profanity, though. A lot of profanity. Just letting you know. Doesn't bother me. Might bother some people, but it is crazy. It was so funny. I like movies like that. I don't know. I like movies that make fun of something that is obviously not, a really bad situation, but they make fun of it and they make it like it's, okay, this is how these people acted during this time, but we're going to put a comedy spin on it. So it was like super funny, and I recommend you watching it. It's free on Tubi. I love Tubi. Tubi is free. It does have commercials, and it will have commercials during the movie, but it doesn't have many. And to me, for a free streaming service, it's got a lot of good videos and everything. This is not a paid promotion, by the way. But I just, it was just so funny. When everybody was over at my house today for Thanksgiving, I kind of wanted to just not play that movie, but play some movie, some goofy comedy for everybody to see. I thought about putting on Christmas Vacation, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. I really like that movie too. I thought about just putting it up on the screen, but everybody was so busy doing stuff, they weren't going to be looking at it. So, but it's so funny. Like, I love comedies related to real life and things of that nature. Making a joke about life, because life is a joke. Life is a joke. And if you can't laugh at the things that happens in your day-to-day life, then, what can